Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So recently I did a Denver Nuggets rebuild, but I did not want that to keep me from talking about Isaiah Thomas signing with this team for a $2.5 million contract, guys. Only 1 year deal for Isaiah Thomas on the Denver Nuggets. But I thought it would also be interesting to kind of take it to the next level and see exactly what if Isaiah Thomas became an all-star once again on this Denver Nuggets team. We all know he's going to go out there and start playing some of his best basketball, because the dude is trying to get paid more than the freaking minimum veteran out there, which is what he got with this team. I mean, you know, it's hard to think that just like a year ago, this guy right here, Isaiah Thomas, was averaging 30 points per game for the Boston Celtics. There was talks of a max contract and all sorts of stuff. Went down with that hip injury with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Had big time chemistry issues with LeBron James. Got traded over to the freaking Lakers and was like a six-man over there. Now he's got a $2.5 million bitch-ass contract. I don't want to say bitch-ass contract because that's a bad contract, but for him, it's a bitch-ass contract, right? Because this dude probably trying to get paid out there, right? But yeah, man, so we got him on this Denver Nuggets squad out there. I really just wanted to see what a prime Isaiah Thomas would do, you know, if he can go back to that 30 point per game season, 6 assists, because realistically speaking, man, this is a low risk, high reward situation for the Denver Nuggets, because if he returns to that form, well, then it's all good. If not, well, then all of a sudden, man, you just let him walk away, and you still have a promising guy on the team in Jamal Murray. So as far as the rest of the team goes, we got Nikola Jokic out there, of course, who's one of the best up-and-coming centers in the NBA. He just got a max contract. You got Paul Millsap out here, who is, you know, going to be coming off injury and stuff. So, at the age of, like, he's going to be like 33, 34 going in the next NBA season. Defensively can still be pretty solid out there. Definitely wants to continue to improve as a three-point shooter. It seems like some seasons he has it, some seasons he doesn't. You also got Gary Harris out there who, you know, at 6'4" is actually really solid defensively. So him and Isaiah Thomas at times can be fun to watch. You got Jamal Murray, had his best season last year, averaged about 17 points per game. Will Barton, who just signed himself a 4-year, $54 million contract. Trey Lyles, who probably will be like the new power forward of this team once Paul Millsap leaves them. I think he's got a lot of great potential. You got Michael Porter Jr. out there, who they absolutely got in a steal in their draft. Mason Plumlee, Juan Hernangomez, guys like that out there. So yeah, man, we are going to do a full season simulation. And I just kind of like I want to talk about what Isaiah Thomas could be for this team out here, right, man? So here we go. We'll go ahead and start the simulation and talk a bit about it. I think the most concerning thing about this move is how exactly it is going to affect, what's his name, man? Why can I think off the top of my head, man? Yo, one sec. Jamal Murray. Yeah, guys, Jamal Murray. Just like sometimes, you know, the bitch-ass brain cannot register right away. Had that same problem in freaking chemistry class. But yeah, so Jamal Murray, it's like he had his best season, only 2021. Isaiah Thomas comes on the team now, so it's like, do you allow Jamal Murray to continue to be the starter of this team, or do you give it to the veteran Isaiah Thomas, who could potentially have a really good season? The thing I like about Isaiah Thomas over Jamal Murray right now is I do think he's a little bit of a better playmaker. Where it's like Isaiah Thomas can get you about 6-7 assists per game. I do think that Jamal Murray could develop to be that. But you know, I've been saying this for a long time though when it comes to Jamal, and that is, you know, I kind of like. One second, man. Let me get this rotation going here. Looking like this, by the way. Looking like this, 38 minutes per game for Isaiah Thomas. But yeah, I've always kind of like envisioned Jamal Murray on like a championship caliber team being that really good six-man. You know, that Lou Williams, that Miles Ginobili type of player. Just come off the bench, drop like 15 points per game, and still play a good like 25 minutes out there. Because there's going to be times where it's like you could kind of run Isaiah Thomas and Jamal in the backcourt together, although you are going to have huge defensive issues. I do like the idea of, you know, Isaiah Thomas being placed alongside Gary Harris, who is a good perimeter defender. So it's like Gary Harris's ability to, you know, play defense like that is going to help kind of like negate the lack of defense from Isaiah Thomas. While it's like at times where you have Jamal Murray, who's also not the greatest defender, team him up with the 6'6" Will Barton in the backcourt off the bench. And that's going to be a recipe for disaster as far as other teams go, because that team going to be dropping buckets on you. Will Barton, I believe, you know, at 6'6", it's like he can be a decent defender out there, right? So I don't know, man. I think it's definitely a good thing for the Denver Nuggets. I know Isaiah Thomas was actually a big fan of Michael Porter, so I think he's going to be able to do a lot of things for his confidence out there. Not saying Isaiah Thomas can really teach Michael Porter or anything, because they're two totally different positions. Isaiah Thomas is 5'9", Michael Porter is like 6'10", so it's like, you know, as far as like playing the game out there, but kind of showing the ropes as far as living the NBA life. I think Isaiah Thomas is going to be good for his confidence on that, and just really having that veteran presence in the locker room. Because believe it or not, man, outside of like Paul Millsap, and I don't think Wilson Chandler's on this team anymore, but the Denver Nuggets are a very young team, and I like what they are doing out there. It's just if Isaiah Thomas can come back to his form, then it's kind of a, like I was saying, it's kind of a low risk scenario because after the season, Isaiah Thomas will, you know, be up for a contract, and it's like if you played well, you can give him that $20 million per season, see if it's worth it this season. But not only that, you have Paul Millsap, who's his like $30 million contract is gonna be off the books. This is the final year of that contract. So they might be fine with that right there, man. It's like all of a sudden you got Trey Lyles that can go into the power forward position, let Paul Millsap walk, or maybe sign him for more of a friendlier contract, and you can give that money to Isaiah Thomas. But also it could be very disastrous where it's just like he's going to want the basketball in his hand the entire time, and there's going to be no chemistry between the players out there. But I really do think Jokic is like the perfect center alongside Isaiah Thomas, just because being able to get Isaiah that ball on the three-point line, stuff like that, it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. As far as the record goes for this team, a record of 47-34, which is good for fourth place roughly in the Western Conference. Although, as you can see here, it's pretty much tied records with the Spurs and the Suns. I actually looking up and coming right here, man. Lakers freaking 8th in the NBA. I don't know why, but I guess 2K don't want to give LeBron the Lakers any respect. By the way, he did get a 98 overall rating for NBA 2K19. I did dispute that out on Twitter. So that's interesting to see. Simulate through date, finished with a something on the, okay, here we go. Simulate through date, W on the season, fourth place. So yeah, the Nuggets, they were one game out of the playoffs last year, I believe it was. It was an elimination game for the Timberwolves, lost to the Timberwolves. Jokic had like a freaking 40-point game. It was absolutely crazy. Here is the awards for you guys all to see real quick here, man. Looking pretty good out there. Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year, of course. All-NBA first team looking like this. All-NBA second and the All-NBA third. So I'm not seeing Isaiah Thomas on here, but I do see Jokic. So, you know, I mean, it looks like he's done fine playing alongside Isaiah Thomas. Helped his game out a lot. I was low-key kind of hoping for, like, Mike Conley on this team, like in some sort of trade, but that did not happen. But, I mean, Isaiah Thomas for $2.5 million. Next best thing, right? The next best thing. We also got Michael Porter Jr. getting the all-rookie team, so good for him. Let's go ahead and check out these team and player stats. So team stats, scoring-wise, third in the NBA in scoring at 111, and this team's going to get buckets, guys. Straight up, man, like, up and down the roster, all these guys can score. The defense, I definitely am concerned with. While there is, like, some good defenders on this team, like Paul Millsap, Gary Harris, the rest of the team is kind of lacking. Even Jokic is really not the greatest defender out there, but could have potential, I guess. And, yeah, just like that, man, the 7th worst defensive team in the NBA, giving up 107 points per game. From a three-point standpoint, looks like this team is definitely knocking down the three-pointers at about 13 per game, third in the NBA. Attempts-wise, the second most. You know, I'm kind of surprised that, like, the Warriors don't take more threes. I mean, everybody on that team can shoot threes pretty much. Three-point percentage looking like, you know, about 10th in the NBA, so that's good to see. What else we got here, man? We got free throws, rebounds, yeah, defensive rebounds. How's this team doing? Rebound the ball 37 per game, so pretty cool to see. Assists, third in the NBA there. I love seeing that. Okay, so the player stats. Isaiah Thomas at 26 points, 6 assists, about 1 steal per game. Jokic at 16 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, doing a little bit of everything out there. And I'm kind of afraid that Isaiah is going to eat into the scoring of Jokic and not really getting the ball when he needs to. Because, like, Isaiah Thomas, his basketball IQ, at times, he can be a little J.R. Smithy with his shot selection. So hopefully he, you know, is a bit better than that. Porter Jr. at 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Millsap doing a little bit of everything out there himself, playing defense. Jamal Murray, Will Barton, both brought off the bench. And actually, Gary Harris, he actually, like, scored less than Jamal Murray. So who knows? Maybe they would actually bring Gary Harris off the bench. I don't think you do that, though. For many defensive reasons, you don't do that. All right. And also, I think it's important to keep in mind that this is based off of, like, best case scenario. If Isaiah Thomas comes back and becomes his prime self out there. Because if he just goes out there and he plays like a bitch ass, then, well, it's not good for anybody. So first round of the playoffs, we do have the San Antonio Spurs. Simulate current round against Kawhi Leonard here. And, okay, got them 4 games to do. Checking out the closeout game. Kawhi Leonard, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Michael Porter at 33 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. There's, y'all got Isaiah with the 30 and 10 out there. Oh, my God, knocking down them threes. 8 for 16. God damn, Isaiah. I remember them days on Boston. I'm just looking at this roster here, guys, and it's really good if they can stay healthy. This is a really good team if they can stay healthy. Denver Nuggets, you guys should be very excited about your season. Next up, we do have the bitch-ass Warriors. Not feeling too good about this, but we'll see how it goes. Simulate current round here. And, oh, let's go, baby. Oh, my God, man. Okay, we might win the championship. We just beat the bitch-ass Warriors 4 games to 3. I was not expecting that. Wow. Isaiah Thomas, 35 points, 3 rebounds, 11 assists, 27 from Michael Porter. Those two guys leading the way out there. Jokic kind of going in the shadow a little bit, man, just saying. All right, next up, we do have the OKC Thunder simulate current rounds. And, all right, they got us in 7 games. That's understandable. I definitely don't think this is a championship team quite yet. But I do think they are heading in the right direction. Hopefully Isaiah Thomas, you know, can be big out there for Jamal Murray's confidence. Although he might be taking a starting spot. Like I said, guys, Jamal Murray is very young. So, I wouldn't be worried too much about that. It's not like he's like a seasoned veteran losing his starting spot or nothing like that. But yeah, let's go ahead real quick here and check out the playoff stats. I don't know. I just really find it interesting to go out here and kind of see like how these guys in their prime would do on a specific team. So I thought this was a good case to do it. But yeah, guys, Isaiah Thomas leading the way, 24 points, 6 assists. Michael Porter playing like a freaking rookie of the year out there, if you ask me. Millsap, 3rd best player. Then Jokic. Actually, he probably played the 3rd best because he did have 11 rebounds and about 8 assists per game. Just the scoring, I expect Jokic to be at least a 20-point per game score this NBA season. But yes, my friends, hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.